Alright guys, now we're going to talk to Nick. Nick has a different method for getting up the tree than Ken does. So we're going to talk about that. This one might be something that will help you guys out if you don't want to carry a lot of stuff. So we'll get down here, we'll talk to Nick. He's finally got up out of bed because, you know, he's a young guy. They like to sleep. No, I'm just joking. He was doing a tree job today, so he finally got here, and we're going to watch him go up a tree. Here we go.
I'm going to show you how to do a one-stick method, climbing stick method. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube about it, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. And I'll show you how to tie the knot I use. It's called the running bow line. It's a pretty easy knot to learn. It's one of the easiest knots you can learn. And, so this is the Mad Rock Safeguard. There's a bunch of videos up about that, how to use that. It's called the Mad Rock Safeguard. I will say that the one downfall to this is it makes noise, which I'm not going to have it like that during hunting season. I'm going to wrap it with some sort of noise reduction. Either that or I'm going to make a plastic piece that it fits inside of, so that way it doesn't move around as much. But I'm going to fix that noise problem. But you just go like this, loosen that up, go like that, and if you search running bowline knot, if you can't understand it from me, there's a bunch of videos and practice or pictures on Google or something you can watch. You just take that down, back through. It's supposed to look like a bow when you're done. It's just a tie-in knot. Then you tuck the rope into this, especially when you're hunting, because you don't want the rope down here flapping around. And these pouches you get from Tethered, which I used to not have the pouches, and it was a nightmare. When I used to hunt without them, it just took way too long and made way too much noise, and I stuffed them all in this pack, which Ken talked about this earlier, but this is the platform that you would use if you were just setting sticks up, and then you set this up top. But I use this bag to tie my stick to when I come in. It's on my without worrying. And then this Mad Rock was designed for rock climbing.
Yep.
Is all it is, and it's a single rope setup. You want to hold this as you're coming down, kind of help the tension on it.
Yep.
And then you pull that tab, and then to go back up, you just go like, pull with this hand and then pull that.
Alright, so the single stick method, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
What's the pros to that other than?
Well, when you really have the right stick, which I'm getting, is you pack it in, you only got one stick. And for me, last year I hunted by setting the sticks the same day, and I never could get the hang of it. I made too much noise, and I just didn't like it, because I'd go in before daylight or whatever. And so I said, well, instead of carrying 3 sticks in, I'd rather just carry one. You're already doing the work. In my opinion, it's no different than setting the multiple sticks up through.
You're just not leaving any sticks at the bottom of the tree as you go up.
Yeah, and then when you're done hunting, all you got to do, instead of sitting there, that's another downfall to the other way of setting sticks, is you got to I spent 10 minutes at times taking my sticks down, packing them all away. When you're done with this, all you got to do is just propel down, pull your rope out, put your one stick away, and then you're on your way. I just don't like being out there any longer than I have to, making more noise than I have to. But
So is there a special height that you, when you start off, is there a height that you go with
well,
as far as putting your stick on the tree?
yeah, I mean, this is a little low, but I'd put it just as high and then pull yourself up, whatever you want to do. It all depends on the person, really, you know, what you can and can't do.
Yeah. So what's our next step after we've got the stick on?
You can use this, which I'm going to on and off, which is the flip line.
Yeah.
To tie around if it makes you feel safer. With me, if I'm tied in, I'm happy. So you just walk up the stick, pull yourself around, and if you're going to use this, get it in your other pouch, pull it out, it's already attached. Just knot it up. So move the rope up. As high as you can. So when you're done with that, just going to come down some. Unhitch this, hook it there. Loosen this up. It depends on what you have for a stick and how you want to do this. This one, I just loosen it up. Another way you probably, I would get it. And then you take your flip line, and I know it's making a lot of noise, but it's not gonna when I get it wrapped up. Noise dampening.
So this is for demonstration purposes only.
Yeah, it's not how it's actually gonna be when you're hunting.
But the mechanics will be the same.
Yes.
Just that your clips and stuff will be taped off.
You just unclip. What this knot does is it basically, when you put pressure on it, it tightens itself on the tree. You just go down some, enough so you can reach your stick again. And I don't know, some people might want to put some sort of knot, a rope attached to this stick to your saddle in case for whatever reason it slipped out of your hand.
You do that in the woods, you're done.
What's that? Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff you gotta make sure you gotta pay attention to, because
So pretty much you're saying that
the one downfall to saddle hunting or anything really. When you have the tree, anything metal is gonna make noise.
yeah.
That is a downfall to it. So you gotta tape it up, and you gotta make sure you gotta pay really close attention to that when you're getting up into the tree.
So are you saying that this process, while you're doing it in the, say, pre-dawn hours, getting ready to hunt,
Yeah.
this is going to take a lot longer than what you're doing?
I think once you practice it, both, I would just practice it how you're gonna be doing it hunting.
Okay.
I don't hunt a lot of mornings,
Right.
so, but
So even
I
in the
think if I did hunt a morning and I was going in before dark, I would probably try to get to one of my preset spots. This is more of a portable setup. The good part about this is you usually can see in the evening when you, because all you got to do is just propel down, which I'll show you how to do. I think I've gone up high enough.
Okay. Yeah.
People put this tucked back in here so it doesn't move around and make noise. Once you start practicing this also more and more, it's going to just go, when I get this down to a science right before I start hunting, once you start hunting out of it too, you learn. You just hold this out. You want to hold your hand over here. Or over here, doesn't really matter. Just go down. Come down here. Loosen your stick up at the end of the night. And normally you'd be up higher, so you'd probably want to use another rope or this rope to lower this down. The climbing stick, and then so you're up here. Now, that's what I like about it, is when you're done hunting, you just propel down. You take the Mad Rock off. Hook it there, wherever. And now you're done hunting. Your rope's still up there. So if you were just to tie a running bow line without tying anything onto it, it'd be stuck up there. So you just pull that down, and then there.
Tell me you guys' opinions on the costs and how much things are and that kind of thing.
So I agree, it's crazy expensive, but I justify it because I've always been a tree stand guy, as a couple of reasons. One, I had like 15 to 20 stands hung in different areas, so the time to hang those stands, my time is money, like your time is money.
Yep.
And you always got to move the stands around. Like, to me, the big thing is, yes, this is more expensive, but ultimately I'm never going to buy another stand again in my life. I'm never going to lug one in the off season, hang it up again. So that's how I justify the cost.
The same with you.
Yeah, like some people have like 10, 15 tree stands they set out, which is
Well,
about
you figure
$100 a piece, and then
more
climbing
than that.
sticks.
More than that. We were just talking about
So
a really good stand is about $200.
Oh yeah. So you got half a dozen of those, and you're already over what this costs. And I just use this all season. This and my climber.
So you saw me use the climber. I'm awkward.
Ready for me to go up? Good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Why do you use the climber sometimes versus using your saddle? I'm curious on that.
So I like my Lone Wolf climber. I like this too, but so if I was gonna hunt this tree, and I had to pick this or my Lone Wolf for this specific tree, more than likely, I would use my Lone Wolf, just because. And I know this is about saddle hunting only, but
No, this is about
whole,
everything. So
it's just easier to get in and out of. I can pretty much, on trees that are like this, shoot any direction, and I like that specific stand a lot.
okay.
But if I was gonna hunt where I had to kind of be more hidden, you know, I had to hide behind the tree, if you know what I mean. Whereas this tree's got enough camouflage up there to hide me in the climber.
Yeah, you got plenty of.
But like if I was kind of more out in the open and I knew the deer were coming through here, and I was on a tree like this, I'd want to use the saddle because I could be behind the tree.
Okay.
So the learning curve is a big downside with this. And you said you prefer your climber because you can shoot everything. So you can't shoot everything out of your saddle?
I can. I guess it's a hard question just because my Lone Wolf and this are pretty close as far as everything goes. If you know.
Which
what I
is
mean.
easier
Like
to carry in? I mean,
it's so close. I mean, it's pretty much just a whatever is closer to you. You know, when you leave. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean,
okay, sound-wise, which is quieter?
Carrying in?
Well, either like carrying it in or putting it up.
I think personally the saddle's quieter, and that's only because I spend a ton of hours.
Yeah. Now with that climber you got, me driving up the tree with my Tacoma is quieter than that
the climber that I had. Right.
But the Lone Wolf.
The Lone Wolf is really quiet.
And it's as far as carrying
really
it in, that thing
easy
is
to
really
pack it
small.
in. It's really easy, especially once you practice with it.
Yeah.
But the saddle's easy too, especially when you really start practicing.
Which is more comfortable to sit all day? Saddle or
when you're
the
set up
Lone
with
Wolf?
the saddle, I think the saddle. Just because the Lone Wolf, you got a small platform. You don't have the seat's not comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not designed for an all-day.
So
sit.
basically, there's a plus and a minus to each type of stand.
Yep.
That you use, and it depends on the hunting style and area that you're going to hunt.
Yep.
Because I think using the Lone Wolf, like you have, I'm not going to say it's an unfair comparison, but compared to the average guy's climber,
yep.
That's not a comparison. I've seen your Lone Wolf. That's basically the size of your saddle.
Right.
It's tiny. A regular average guy's climber is like an old Summit steel climber or something like that.
Yeah, I do not like. If anything, I don't like.
Is that why you haven't asked for that one back yet? That's at my house.
Yeah, you can keep that. But so anything that's in front of me, I can't stand when I'm hunting. Like my brother loves the bars in front of you. Garrett Cody, by the way.
There, he's called his first person out today.
He loves the bar in front of him, and I don't. He's scared of heights, which a lot of people are that hunt. So that, I guess, helps him feel better about it.
I will admit, a climber with that bar in front does feel a lot safer. It's a false safeness, but it does make you feel like you're enclosed, so you're safe.
That, and I think if you're gonna sit all day, I guess that Summit with the bar in front, you could get up and turn this way, and you know, if you're gonna be sitting all day.
I will admit the thing's loud as hell to put up, but it is comfortable.
Right. Yeah, I think that's more of an all-day setup than it is for portable.
So as far as cost goes, we have stands like. So if you get $1,000 into this, it sounds like a lot. All right, I'm gonna come around the camera here because I feel like Johnny Carson back here. All right. So if this is $1,000 and you can basically drop down, set up anywhere in the woods, you don't have to leave a stand here. You can move to different places. You can mark your trees out, and like you do, you can preset sticks all ready to go.
Yep.
I do that too.
Yeah. So if that's $1,000 and you have a bunch of setups and you go out and buy a bunch of hang-ons, ladder stands, whatever, you have the same amount of money invested into the 10 stands as you do this one, but this thing will do what all those other 10 stands will do.
Yes.
Agreed?
Agreed, and it saves you a crazy amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm not out there all preseason hanging stands.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can spend that time scouting.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not into the whole like setting up stands anymore. I used to be, but I'm just not. I'd rather set cameras or scout around for spots to hunt.
So,
like he said.
So basically, we're looking at, maybe not just because of this, but maybe many items, we're looking at a complete evolution of hunting because of this type of hunting.
Yeah, more portable.
More portable and more able to get more detailed and intricate because you have more time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, to me, I've never sat in anything more comfortable, and I've sat in a ton of stands. And I'm an all-day sitter normally.
All right, so something that you guys did not see that after we filmed part of Ken's is he actually had me set up and get into the harness, and I actually hung from the tree. And I can say exactly what these guys are saying. It's probably the most comfortable thing I've ever sat on, including recliners, the seat in my truck, or anything else. It actually was very comfortable to hang from that tree. Now, I don't know how it would be for me to get up high in the tree and feel that way. I don't know whether I'd feel good or not because of my being scared of heights. But I can say I would feel hanging out of a tree with this than being 20 feet up with a hang-on with nothing around me.
Either that or you're tied in on the back side, like a regular tree stand harness. So if you fall, you're going to be, it's not comfortable because I've done it before. Mm-hmm. You're going to be just hanging like this.
And there's nothing you can do.
And it's dangerous.
Yeah,
if
at least
you hang over 5 minutes, you'll have a heart attack.
If you fall off your platform with that, it's not a big deal. You can get back on it. And let's say for whatever reason the platform fell off the tree.
You just propel down.
You can rappel off the tree, or you can just put your feet against the tree and not worry about your legs falling asleep and everything else. So,
that, and like for you, say if you were hunting right here, and you could just tie off right here, and be leaning back, and you could basically use it.
That's basically what I was doing, is setting up so as if I was going to sit here and wait for an evening for the deer to come up a trail, and I could just hang out like that and not be on the ground.
Because the thing too is, like, say if they're coming, you can hide behind the tree as they're coming around. Mm-hmm. If you know what I mean. So if they're coming here, you just hide behind the tree.
Look at him, he disappeared.
I'm hiding from the camera.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Good example.
All right, so what else about this stuff, Nick, that, as far as the stands, saddles, this kind of stuff? Because basically, like I told Ken, basically I want this to be you guys trying to convince me that this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah, so the downfall to the saddle is if you're not used to it, mm-hmm. and not wanting to learn about it or whatever, it's not a good thing for you. You know, I wouldn't go out and buy a saddle and think you're going to go up 40 feet the first time you use it. You want to practice at ground level with it, go up 5-10 feet at a time.
Right.
And don't learn this until don't do this until you know for a fact you know the knots. Yeah. Because if you don't tie the knot right, you're going for a ride.
And on the earlier footage where you had me showing all the shot angles with my bow, that is something you're not going to know or feel comfortable with the first time you're in a tree. That's where the learning curve comes in. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like, I knew where to put my knees on the tree to get around it. That's why it looked really efficient. I know to slide my arm under the rope and I can lean off and have myself walk right into the tree.
So you guys are saying that if someone is out there who wanted to learn that, they need to be ground level where they feel safe and just monkey around the tree as much as they can, learn how to do it, but at ground level.
They have to be willing to practice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Yeah.
Because if
Pretty
they
much
don't
what it is,
and they
yeah.
get up there, they can be in trouble.
Yeah.
If you just ordered it online and it came in and you packed it up and went to hunt, you're not gonna like it.
No.
So a lot
You're
of
gonna
these guys that we're hearing on the podcasts or on videos who are either anti-saddle or they've tried it once and they jump back into a regular stand, it's because they didn't practice with it. That's
and they're stuck
yeah.
in their old ways, in my opinion. It's
Yeah.
just because
I think that's a very fair statement. Yes. They're not open-minded to it.
once you can do it different than it. You specialize it yourself. It's not like my setup and his setup are different.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
your,
very much
Your
so.
setup would probably be different too.
So
Yeah.
and that's a great thing about the saddle.
I would be
is-
using a chain, not a rope.
But yeah, the beautiful thing, the huge advantage is like he's saying, there's so many techniques out there
Yeah.
that you just find what works really well for you. And
just keep practicing it, and then you.
So
hunt
some
with
people,
it.
no matter, they're going to see this video
And they're gonna hate it.
and they're going to hate it.
Yeah.
Comment below. Love comments, even if they're bad, because you guys don't know this, but even when you call me an idiot, you're making me money. Thank you.
Yeah.
So they're going to see this and they're going to say, "Oh, that's not for me." And if you're saying that's not for me, that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's how we should leave it.
Yeah. Move on.
There's a local bow shop that said that they don't carry it because older guys are not. It's a young guy's game, and I think this is a perfect representation. Is he's really young, in shape, climbs trees all the time. I'm older, got the rocking the dad bod, and I'm pretty efficient. I have a different system.
Yeah.
Yep.
You were fairly comfortable in moving around up there like you belong, like you own the tree. So and you we don't even need to talk about you, friggin' spider monkey.
But I think that Rob could use this if he ever wanted to, and you could like his setups for tree stands are not high,
And this is perfect for what
and
he's
that's
doing.
perfect because
Yes.
you can, instead of you being right 5 feet up in the tree, right in front of it,
8
or
feet.
8 feet, whatever it is.
Give him some credit.
Give me my 3 feet.
You're right in front of a tree. You're out here. Whereas if you had this, you could be behind the tree.
Yes,
That
and
high.
I agree.
This tree right here is a perfect representation. If, like, you could get behind that and I wouldn't be able to see you.
And you wouldn't even
And
need
you
to go
You
high.
get to see the sides.
Yeah,
I think you can get away with not going as high with a saddle.
exactly.
Then a tree stand, you have to be more hidden when you're not. With a tree stand, you need to be more hidden.
He
up
keeps
in the
trying to.
tree.
He's talking about hiding, and he hides behind the camera screen.
But they.
So no, and I agree because that stand that you and I set up is in a great spot, and I'm pretty sure it will work. But I'd feel a lot better if I was behind the tree.
Yep. I think that tree, you couldn't ask for a better saddle tree than that
No.
specific tree.
And when I filmed you last year, the deer were never going to know I was there. So I just set up on the ground behind the tree behind him with the camera. So if anything came in, they were never going to know the camera guy was there.
No,
And I used my saddle for that.
and he was comfortable, and my butt was wet.
Yes,
Yep.
I was.
But
Yeah,
I
we
think
sat there 3-4 hours. and
Yeah.
you just gotta kind of want to learn it. But a lot of people think they know everything and don't want to learn anything.
So have you seen? We talked about it earlier. Have you seen the new, the Hawk model of saddle?
yeah, I have nothing against them. I've seen videos and I think they'd be good.
They're just less expensive,
Yeah,
and it's probably because they make their stuff on time,
yeah.
and they can mass produce.
I just like tethered just because they're more proven.
Mhm.
I shouldn't say proven. They're just, I don't know. They're a big outfit, and I've seen a lot of videos on them, and they push for saddle hunting and.
Yeah.
So the big thing, I have friends that own the Hawk. One of my hunting guys I hunt with a lot has one. A couple of them. I think it's it's $300, and in the kit you get in the ropes, the ropeman one, the saddle, like everything you need basically. The big difference is why I use tethered is you don't have an adjustable bridge because it's very basic. I think for the average hunter, the Hawk would be a great way to go.
Yep.
I really do.
So this is more of an advanced setup.
Because you have these buckles to adjust these knuckles right here, so you can adjust where the pressure is.
Yeah, and the Hawk does not have that.
No other saddle has that.
Okay.
That's the Phantom's the only one that has that. And Phantom's the only one that I know of, I think currently, that has the adjustable bridge.
Okay.
So you can adjust that part of it.
Yep. And they actually Tether just came out with a new one. I don't know if you got the catalog or not.
I don't.
But they just came out with another one. I forgot what they're calling it, but when this one wears out, that's probably what I'm going to get. But this one I've had for a year now, and it's not really showing any signs of aging. That's another thing, is you can probably get 4 or 5 years out of this tree stand. I mean, out of this saddle.
Yeah.
Depending on use.
Yeah,
Our guys, they use them a lot, so.
If you're hunting 6 months of the year out of it, maybe not. But if you're hunting, you know, like during bow season every year, you're probably going to see 4 to 5 seasons out of it, and you're going to want to keep an eye on this. You know,
basically
this
that's
is your life support.
That's it. So that's the one thing that if
Which
you're going
you can
have
replace these,
Really easy.
Yeah.
which is cheap.
Yeah.
You know,
So if
so-
that's the one thing you have to basically look at, is that, make sure nothing's frayed or anything. So.
Yep.
All right, guys. You've seen both of the videos. What do you think? Tree stand or saddle? I know I've made up my mind. I'll still be hunting on the ground. So leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about either or. Thanks a lot for watching.